Let's be real. When a woman shares this one thing with you, it's not casual. It's not random. And it's definitely not harmless. It's the moment most men overlook because it doesn't arrive loudly. There's no drama. No obvious signal. It feels subtle, ordinary, almost forgettable. And that's exactly why it matters. Because when she opens this door, she isn't inviting you into a conversation. She's inviting you into her inner world. And once you're inside that space, the dynamic between you and her has already shifted in a way that's difficult to undo. Here's what most men were never taught. Women don't bond through logic. They don't bond through attraction alone. They don't even bond primarily through time spent together. Women bond through emotional exposure, not just positive emotions like joy or excitement, but uncertainty, fear, insecurity, unresolved memories, and unfinished emotional stories. When a woman chooses to share something deeply personal with you, something she doesn't tell just anyone, she isn't venting, she's testing safety. She's silently asking, can you handle the real version of me without trying to fix me, control me, or judge me? And this is where most men fail. They hit vulnerability and immediately switch into problem solver mode. They offer advice. They try to sound intelligent. They try to say the right thing. They try to impress. And without realizing it, they trigger something dangerous in her nervous system. They signal that they don't truly see her. Because when a woman opens up, what she's really offering is trust. And trust, once extended, rewires attraction at a psychological level most men don't even know exists. Pay attention to what she's actually sharing. It's not gossip. It's not surface-level complaints. It's the hesitation before she speaks. The pause. The words, I don't usually tell people this. The story about a past relationship that still hurts. The fear of ending up alone. The insecurity hidden beneath confidence. When she gives you that, she's elevating you. You're no longer just another man in her life. You've become emotionally distinct. This is where attachment begins to form. Not because you said something perfect, but because you didn't rush to escape the discomfort. You stayed present.com. Grounded. A woman feels safest with a man who doesn't flinch when she reveals her shadows. That safety becomes intimacy. Intimacy becomes desire. And desire rooted in emotional safety is far stronger than desire based on looks or charm. Understand this clearly. When she shares something vulnerable, she's not asking you to carry her pain. She's asking you to witness it. There's a difference. The man who understands that becomes rare in her eyes. Almost irreplaceable. Because most men only want the light version of her. The easy version. The fun version. Very few can sit with the real one. And once you become that man, you've crossed a line most men never even notice exists. Attraction is no longer the question. The only question left is whether you protect that position or sabotage it without realizing you ever had it. What most men don't realize is that when a woman opens up, she's already running a silent evaluation, not of your words, of your emotional posture. She's watching how steady you are, how reactive you are, whether you rush to fill silence or allow it to exist, whether you remain grounded or become performative. This evaluation is instinctive. She may not consciously recognize it, but her body does. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Attraction doesn't grow when you chase her emotions. It grows when you can hold space for them without being pulled into them. The moment she shares something personal, her nervous system is exposed. If you become anxious, overly sympathetic, or desperate to prove you're a good man, her system feels instability. And instability kills desire faster than indifference ever could. This is why some men are confused. They listen, they care, they show empathy. And still, attraction fades. Because empathy without grounded masculinity feels like emotional collapse to her subconscious. What she's drawn to isn't a man who mirrors her emotions. It's a man who remains centered while she expresses them. Calm is contagious. Strength is attractive. Emotional leadership is magnetic. When she opens up, she's not asking you to agree with her pain. She's asking whether you can stand firm while she walks through it. This is where polarity forms. She brings emotion. You bring stability. That contrast creates tension. And tension, when safe, becomes desire. Notice something important. When she shares, she often watches your eyes more than she listens to your words. She's reading micro-reactions. Do you tense up? Look uncomfortable? Try to change the subject. Or do you remain relaxed, attentive, unshaken? To her, that reaction answers a deep biological question. If things get hard, will this man fold? Or will he lead? Most men believe attraction is built through effort, saying more, doing more, giving more. But, at this stage, attraction is built through restraint, through not interrupting her emotional flow, through letting her finish her thoughts, through not needing to be the hero of her story. Ironically, the less you try to secure her feelings, the more secure she feels with you. This is why women often feel more attached after deep conversations, even when nothing physical happens. Emotional intimacy imprints deeper than touch. When she leaves that conversation, part of her associates calm, relief, and safety with you, and the brain doesn't forget the source of emotional regulation. It seeks it again. Here's the danger zone. If you misuse this moment, if you overshare, trauma dump, or become emotionally dependent, the dynamic flips. She stops feeling led and starts feeling responsible. And once a woman feels responsible for a man's emotional state, desire slowly drains away. The man who understands this doesn't rush. He doesn't cling. He doesn't he lets connection deepen naturally. And by doing that, he becomes the man she's drawn back to without fully understanding why. By the time she realizes she's emotionally attached, the bond is already there, quiet, deep, and difficult to break. The real shift happens later, when she's alone, when the noise fades. When her phone is face down, that's when her mind returns to you. And this is the part no one warns men about. Emotional sharing doesn't end when the conversation ends. It echoes. Her mind replays how she felt around you, not what you said, not what you promised, but how regulated she felt in your presence, how she didn't feel rushed, judged, pressured, or forced to perform. That internal sense of relief is rare, and rare things become valuable. This is where attachment deepens without your involvement. You're not texting more. You're not chasing. You're not escalating. And that's exactly why it works. Because now the bond is forming inside her, not between the two of you. The strongest bonds form when someone associates you with emotional grounding during vulnerability. Here's something most men miss. When a woman opens up, she subconsciously assigns you a role, temporary or permanent. Temporary men are safe to talk to, but unsafe to rely on. Permanent men feel solid, calm, emotionally self-contained. The moment she senses permanence, her behavior shifts. She becomes softer, more open, more invested, not because you asked, but because her nervous system allows it. This is why she may begin sharing more, deeper stories, subtler fears, things she hasn't fully admitted to herself yet. This isn't coincidence, it's progression. Each share is another step closer. Each reveal tests whether the ground still feels solid. If you remain consistent, not emotionally flat, but emotionally stable, attraction stops feeling optional. It becomes embodied. She doesn't think, I like him. She feels, I feel better when he's around. And feelings drive behavior far more than thoughts ever will. Men often ask why women pull away after opening up. The answer is simple. She didn't pull away, she recalibrated. If your energy shifted, if you became eager, needy, or dependent afterward, her system sensed imbalance. Attraction requires tension, not chaos, not distance. Tension created by grounded presence. A woman doesn't fall for the man who understands her the most. She falls for the man who remains himself while understanding her.